I can't believe it. When I heard that a lowlife like you happened to own a super expensive restaurant, I was shocked.
It's been a long time, hasn't it, June? Why are you wanting to talk to me now?
I just wanted to talk with you about how surprised I am about what I've heard. But I can see that place is too fancy for most people, so I'm sure you don't draw in a very large amount of customers, right? That's why I thought I'd be so kind and made a reservation there.
What? You made reservations at my restaurant.
Well, there is a reservation in your system, isn't there? For 80 people, I might add. That amount of people reserved for your restaurant should be on your radar at all times, right?
Oh, you're not kidding. What? There seems to be 2 of the same reservation in here. What is this one that you made reservations for about then?
Why are you asking me about what the reservation's for? We're having our class reunion at your restaurant.
Really? And you're going to be the one coordinating all of it.
I'm the one in charge of making the reservations for it, yes. So, aren't you excited that I was kind enough to reserve your restaurant?
But the time you have written in here, it's not the correct time, right?
Please be more thankful towards me. I am being oh so nice by having the class reunion in some idiot's really nice restaurant. Does this make you feel a little better now?
None of this makes me feel special in any way. It says here that you want everyone to receive a $50 course from us?
Well, we had to meet somewhere in the middle so that everyone can afford it.
I'm sorry, but my restaurant doesn't offer any kind of $50 courses, though. Having to serve over 80 people like you're asking for, that'll require a lot more time and effort from the staff here. This is all a little strange to me, June. The timing for the event is not right, and it seems like there was a duplicate of this same reservation made. Can you please make sure to talk to someone else who is helping plan this and make sure that you are both on the same page about the planning for this event?
I'm not really sure what you're trying to say right now. Are you not the person that's going to be making all of this food for us come the day of the reservation?
I'm not the chef or anything, no. My husband is the one who went to culinary school, and I'm the one that manages the business side of things. I went to school studying this kind of stuff, so I like to stay in my lane and not try to do something I'm not qualified for.
Thank goodness for that. I was worried you'd be making the food and was afraid it would all come out tasting like crap. Didn't want all my guests feeling as though I set them up for that.
Huh? Did you come here to talk with me only to say things like that?
Stella, I've never really liked you all that much ever since you and I first met.
Huh?
Why were you able to end up marrying such a wonderful man as your husband? Especially in his case. How could he possibly marry a witch like you?
June, you've started to become really rude again. Are you sure you're not taking all of this a bit too far now? What do you mean about him being such a wonderful man? Have you ever even met him before?
Well, he has himself a really nice restaurant with you, and since he's the chef, he has to be loaded by this point. Why would someone like you be so fortunate enough to land such a beautiful beast as him? It's pissing me off.
June, I'm sure you're a bit jealous of me and my husband right now because you have still not gotten married yet, but I'm not married to him for this restaurant or all his money. When him and I got married, we were both going through some very difficult times in our lives. And he didn't even have the restaurant at the time, because we only just opened this place up together after getting married.
I have zero idea what you're talking about right now. You have pissed me off a lot this time, and I'm not going to let you get away with it.
Are you even listening to me right now? Anyway, can you please talk with the other organizers for your class reunion about these reservations you've made and then get back to me about it? If you really want to have your event here, make sure everyone is on the same page about the details.
I really do not have a single clue what you're saying right now, but I'm looking forward to this event.
Are you listening to a word I'm saying to you?
I know it's only 5 minutes before the reservation, but we're canceling for today.
What?
I understand that we made reservations there for 80 people at your husband's and your really nice restaurant, but we really don't care to go there anymore, so we're canceling now.
You're going to cancel on the day of your reservation?
Well, your restaurant is just too expensive for all of us.
I explained to you before about the pricing here at this place.
Well, it's too expensive for us, so we're going to another place now. I'm sure that this is going to really make some troubles for you and your husband, but that was never my intention. But having to deal with a massive reservation like that and your system being canceled last minute must really break the both of you two's hearts.
I've been able to tell that this whole thing was done by you with the intention of causing us trouble. But when you're talking about this class reunion, what one is it and when is it taking place?
Huh? I'm talking about the class reunion that's today.
No, I don't think that that's the case.
This is a class reunion for everyone from high school to finally get back together again and catch up. And, well, we decided we want to go somewhere a lot cheaper now for the event. There's no reason for us to go to your restaurant anymore. You think we could actually eat any of the food your nasty husband planned to make for us?
I knew it.
Your restaurant is way too expensive for the bad quality of food, so we're going to find someplace else for the event. I know that we'll be having to cancel over 80 different meals there, but that shouldn't create any complaints from you, right?
That class reunion you're on about right now is finished. It just ended a little bit ago.
Huh?
I was wondering what the hell you were talking about this whole time. But I guess you were talking about the high school reunion after all, huh? Well, that must mean that there was some break in communication between you and the other 79 people that planned to attend. My restaurant happened to host that event, exactly as it had been reserved for. And now it's over.
What are you talking about?
What am I talking about? I'm wanting to ask you that same question right about now. The high school reunion is over with and everyone is heading home now. And as for the reservation you made for 80 people, you want me to cancel that.
What? Hold on a second. Are you being serious about the high school reunion already being over? Then what about the reunion that I had put together and everything?
I just went and asked some of your friends that are still here about that. And they said that you had been talking with them about something like that. But they all told you that they had no plans of going to your class reunion that you wanted to throw together, right?
Huh? What? Why not?
Wait, you're asking me why? June, do you have any idea what's been going on? Everyone hates you.
Huh?
That's why it was only natural for them all to never want to go to an event that you'd be putting together and attending. All of those people happened to make plans of their own for a class reunion, and they had that event starting here a few hours ago. And while it was coming to an end, you started to text me about wanting to cancel it right before it started. I'm going to be honest, what have you been talking about? I mean, I know now, but for a second there, you really had me confused about what reservation you had made.
This makes no sense to me right now. So, what is going to happen at the other restaurant that I planned on having the reunion at? My plan was to make a fake reservation at your place as well as one at the place I really want to have the reunion at. And then on the day of, I'd cancel last minute at your place and bring everyone over to the real party.
But since you had this all planned out the whole time, you already went and reserved another restaurant for 80 people. Well, I don't think anyone will be going to that restaurant today. Are you going to be okay? You're going to have to pay 2 different cancellation fees now.
Wait, what the actual hell are you saying? So the class reunion is really over with now? What's going to happen to me then? what is going to happen at the restaurant I actually reserved for my class reunion?
Has anyone began to show up to the restaurant with you that you invited? It should be starting now, right? You planned it all out, meaning you should be aware of what the start time is.
Nobody has come yet. That is why I'm freaking out about all of this right now. Why? What happened to make everyone turn out this way for me? Are you telling me that nobody planned on coming to the class reunion in the first place?
I'm not sure. But it seems to me that they never invited you to their class reunion, right? If they had never told you anything about the event they had been planning, then that must mean, you were never invited to it. To me, it seems that the event you planned out and the event everyone else had planned out are two different events. And if you were meaning for that event you planned out to be the high school reunion, that just happened to be at my restaurant. And it is all finished with now. I'm not sure that anyone is coming to your event, but, I guess have fun there?
Wait a sec. I am telling you right now that nobody is coming to the event that I planned out?
Well, if there is seriously no one else showing up for it, that means they never wanted to come, right? I mean, everyone came to the event that was at my restaurant, so they weren't afraid to come out and see everyone.
You are lying, right? So you're telling me they never invited me to their reunion and never wanted to come to mine?
Why are you asking me about all that? I'm not the one involved in any of that stuff, all right? I'm not sure who is exactly your friend anymore from high school, but if there is anyone left, go ask them.
Huh? You and I are friends, right?
What? Hold up. I'm actually really shocked to hear that you thought that of us. I don't understand where you got the feeling that you and I are friends after all the history we have.
Huh? You're joking, right?
And if you really did happen to think of me as your friend or something, why would you do this to your friend?
What do you mean?
You made a reservation here on purpose and then planned to cancel the huge reservation on the day of in order to cause my husband and I trouble. I'm telling you right now that real friends never do something like that to one another.
But the fact that you never talked with me about marrying such a wonderful man as that was horrible of you. So I just thought I'd get my revenge for you doing something like that to me.
Excuse me? I think I've told you plenty of times now that he's not the perfect man you keep thinking of him as. But you've always been the kind of person to never listen to anyone besides your own conscience, and even then I'm not sure you listen to that either.
Is that why you think nobody invited me to that class reunion?
I'm not sure what the reason was, but everyone else came to the reunion here, so I'm sure it has to do with them all hating you. Like I said before, I'm surprised you never noticed that yet. They didn't even have you as part of the organizing team, all right? Why did you make reservations and preparations for something nobody wanted to be a part of? Did anyone even reply to you about wanting to come?
Well, it's that time of year when everyone gets together for class reunions, right?
What? So because other classes are having them this time of year, you thought you could just throw one together and everyone would show up? Did you invite everyone from our class to be there?
Well, you could say that I might have not invited everyone. But that's the thing about class reunions, right? You just have to tell a few people to come and word of it will spread. I wasn't going to be able to ask all 80 people to be at the party since I was already having to deal with reserving the restaurant.
But you expected 80 people to show up when not even bothering to get a response from them? Of course, this is why you never had a single soul come. Normally, in cases like class reunions, there will be a team that sets it up, and then they will send out invitations to each and every person from that class.
Huh? I never knew that.
Well, at this point, it doesn't even matter. All I'm saying is that for events like class reunions, it goes the same way as a wedding or a birthday party. You invite everyone that you want to be there, one by one. There is no point in getting upset about all of this now because the actual class reunion is over with. I think you need to go and tell the manager of that restaurant that you're canceling now before they begin to make more food. And of course, you canceled a reservation you made at my restaurant, so you're going to have to pay the cancellation fee here as well.
Huh? A cancellation fee?
This is what all high-end restaurants do. And you made a reservation for 80 people. That fills up my whole restaurant, which means we won't be making any money today now that you've canceled. So we are going to take a fee from you for canceling last minute. I told you before to talk with the others and make sure all your plans lined up when it came to the class reunion. I even told you that there happened to be a duplicate of the same reservation in my system.
But seriously, I never knew about the others making totally different plans at your restaurant for an earlier time.
Well, I warned you about it before! Yet after hearing that from me, you still didn't bother asking anyone about it, did you? Had you done that and realized that nobody would be coming to your event at that time, you could have canceled the reservation and not had to pay a single penny. I didn't know any better because to me it just looked like you were hosting another event right after.
But you could have at least done me a little better, giving me an explanation on all of that before. Had you done that, I would have figured out what was going on.
I am not wasting my time talking to someone who never listens to anything anyone else says to them, trying to get you to listen. That's just stupid. Now, are you going to pay me for that reservation? I even happen to know where your parents live, so you are paying me one way or another for this.
What? You really want to be that serious about getting my money from me?
Jesus Christ, of course!
Wait, how much is that fee going to cost me?
Well, the fee ends up being 100% of the cost of the whole dinner and event since you've canceled same day. Meaning you were looking at a $5,000 bill.
Huh? $5,000? What are you saying?
What am I saying? I'm saying that you owe me $5,000 for today now, and I'd like that paid to me before the end of the day.
You plan to get that kind of money, though, from an old classmate of yours?
It doesn't matter who you are, June. Whether you're my sister or my best friend, I'm going to make you pay full price when it comes to canceling a reservation as large as that. And remember, I've never been your friend. And after what you tried to pull today, I'm glad I never was your friend. So pay up now. I would ask that anyone else pay up for something like this, so let all that I'm your classmate crap go.
Stella, wait. Let's both take a moment to just wind down from all this. That amount of money, I can't pay it. And as for the restaurant I'm in right now, they aren't letting me leave until I pay up. And they said if I'm not going to pay, they'll have no choice but to call the police to come and get me. What should I do right now? If I use my credit card to pay right now, I won't have enough money left on it to pay you. Are you all right with me paying them first and I'll get back to you later?
Absolutely not, you brainless jackass.
Huh?
That restaurant has nothing to do with me, so I still want my money by the end of the day. I'm really not sure what voice in your head made you think it was such a good idea to reserve 2 different restaurants for 80 people at the same time. But the fact that you only made your reservation at my restaurant to harass me means that I will not go easy on you anymore. Prepare yourself, okay?
But I can't pay you right now.
I don't give a crap if you can pay right now or not. You're going to have to face the consequences of what you tried to pull today. I am going to get that money from you one way or another, so you'd better have a good lawyer in mind.
Wait, Stella, I'm so sorry about this. I just wanted to pick on you a little is all. I didn't think you'd ask for that much in cancellation fees for something like this.
You canceled a reservation on the day of at a very high-end restaurant. We have already finished buying all the ingredients for your event and even prepared some of it, so we're going to make you pay for all the time and money we put in.
Ah, I see. But really? $5,000?
Yes! I've had enough of you playing around, now pay up! I'm going to hound you down until I have every penny of that bill in my restaurant's bank account. Piles of trash like you are why I have gray hairs on my head already, and I'm not going to forgive you for that.
Stella, I'm sorry. Please, just forgive me this one time.
Stop trying to apologize. It's too late for that dramatic crap. Everyone already hates your guts, and so do I. Yet you never seem to get that. So now you're going to have to lose all your money due to your stupidity. Now pay up so that you'll hopefully learn your freaking lesson. In the end, June was asked by both restaurants to pay their cancellation fees to her in full. She tried to start calling around to all of the people she expected to come to her class reunion, but not a single one of them answered her calls. Not even those that she'd gotten replies from before the event answered her. And when she took a look at her social media, she noticed that all of them were beginning to post awesome and fun pictures from the actual class reunion, and that completely shattered her heart. This led to her trying to plead to the manager of that restaurant to let her off the hook this once, but as she sat there crying to him, she could hear police sirens in the background. She tried making a run for the front door, but it was too late, as they'd already locked it on her. And as the police walked up to the door, she curled up on the ground and began to sob. The police, after being let in, had her use her credit card to pay the restaurant the fee they had been asking for, and then walked her into the back of their police car to bring her over to my restaurant. When she showed up later that night with 2 police officers leading her into my restaurant, I let out a small laugh, just because the sight of all that made me so happy inside. She was then told by the police that she had 2 options. One was to pay me, and the other was to go with them to jail, where she'd have to await a court case for my lawyer and I. Surprisingly, though, she made the right choice, pulling out her checkbook and writing me a check that would take out pretty much all of the money she had saved up. I thanked her for that and waved her out of my restaurant, telling her to never come back again, feeling really good about that. After that had all been handled, June was without any money in her accounts, and now has quite the amount of debt to pay off on her credit card. She later tried going to her parents and asking them to do something to help her pay off the credit card she'd used, but they both told her she seriously needs to get herself a real job and start paying things off herself. I'm sure that was not the thing she wanted to hear from even her own parents, but they have a very good point. She can't just expect things to happen for her anymore, so that's why this time will be a good turning point for her, that she'll hopefully be able to learn from.